Sheriff, ever since you told me the story of these two animals up on your wall, it's been like tickling at me, right? Like this entire time, even as we're talking, I kind of want to share my thoughts on it and get yours. Can you tell the backstory of that?
Anybody that knows anything about the behavior of whitetail and a lot of animals, there's this thing called the rut, which is the mating season. And during that time, the bucks will get pretty active and, they want to call the girls and take over herds and be the dominant figure. So there's a lot of fighting amongst them. And that's, in a lot of different species. No different than whitetail. And it's not unusual for whitetail to get interlocked and actually lock up to where they cannot get apart themselves. And there's folks that sometimes have to cut the horns if both of them are still alive to get them separated so they can go on and live on. Well, these two unfortunately were found deceased, both of them. My brother was working a ranch up in Northeast Texas. He told me about them and he said, he's fixing to get rid of them. I said, no, I really would like to have them if you're willing to give them to me. And he did. And then I went ahead and got in touch with a taxidermy friend of mine and had them mounted on the wall. So they're a conversation piece, no doubt.
I had said to you, and I'm not a pastor. I'm as far from being a pastor as they come, but I study the Word every day. I noticed that you had a Bible over there, and this will kind of lead into the faith conversation, because one of the things that I've heard about you is that the way that you lead isn't through force, it's not through confrontation, it's through true leadership of bringing people together, of community relations, of unity. And I think that those bucks up there, kind of like most of us in America right now, right? Like we will go at it. It's part of our DNA as Americans, is to fight and to fight to the death in some cases. And these guys went at it so hard that there were no winners. There was only death. There was only destruction in the end. And your leadership is the kind of leadership that seems to take a breath, take a pause, take a beat, take a step back, and work through situations.